You are welcome to today's class. Today we want to look at inequalities. This is still the mathematics series. So why are we looking at inequalities? Mathematics has always had three layers, right? Three layers. But most mathematics course that you will see only stop at two, and they leave the last one to companies. And this is why you see most mathematics graduates come out of school and they cannot create. They have to look for jobs, and some will move to other departments or other line of employment, right? That is because the system did not expose them to the practical part of mathematics, which is what? Applied maths. Now, every field or every branch of engineering is applied mathematics. But for now, every branch of mathematics is not yet applied mathematics. Humanity is still trying to find application to branches of mathematics that they've discovered. So why am I teaching this class today? Or why am I doing this mathematics series? Is to bring you to the layer of applied mathematics, because I'm doing mathematics in relation to machine. So today I want to look at inequalities. Now, I said mathematics has three layers. The first layer is what? Symbolic. Symbolic layer. Now, this is the part that you are looking at equations, right? Now, we have the logical layer. We are looking at constraints. We are looking at decision, right? And then we have three, operational layer. Now, this one is saying what happens if we obey the logical layer or we obey logic. If you are learning mathematics and all you do is to focus on this symbolic layer, then you will not really be able to understand applied math. But if you are looking at mathematics at the level of the machine, and then you are looking at only this layer alone, you'll be confused. So to fully understand how machines work, you must always think in terms of these three dimensions. It is just like the concept of spirit, right? Soul, and body. This is the concept. If you listen to Jesus' parable, his teaching is always in these three dimensions. So if you try to interpret what he's saying based on this layer alone, you will run into heresy. For example, if you look at Luke 16, where he's talking about a shrewd manager who had to take some debt from his master's debtors and then allow them to go with some things, you will probably think that he was approving corruption. But if you look at it through these three concepts, you will see that he was talking about real manifestation, meaning alignment. So why I'm teaching you equalities is because at the level of pure mathematics, truth is what? Exact. At the level of reality, truth is what? Is qualified. We are not looking at exact. So when we are looking at qualified, it means we are looking at a boundary. We are looking at a range. So you say something like, you cannot vote unless you are 18 and above. That would mean age is greater than or equals to 18. So this is what? Inequality. So machine cannot function in the realm of exact. Machine function in the realm of qualified. Does this thing qualify? So we are not necessarily looking at the exact. So if you go by law, law is 0 and 1, meaning you are here or you are here. But if you go by grace, grace is what? Achieving this law using a concept of threshold, meaning it is a continuous. So it means that the graph is going to be something of this nature. It's not just going to be bam or bam, right? It is going to grow this way. So there will be a slope. All this I'm going to teach you when I'm teaching you the class on MOSFET. MOSFET. This is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. It is a type of transistor. This is a device that turns mathematical inequality into what? Physical permission. So after this class, the next class I will teach you will probably be on what? This MOSFET. How the machine is able to convert this into what? 0 and 1. I have been teaching that. My first class I taught you threshold. The second class I taught you time, right? Then the last class I taught you discrete math, where I basically talked about um, binary or Boolean algebra, binary state, and truth table, and what was the last thing that I did? Switching theory. So I am teaching you these inequalities. Inequalities. So if you have number line, this is what they taught us in school. You are looking at this. So I have 0 to what? 10. Then I have range 2, I have 4, I have 6, and then I have 8. So when I say 4, x is greater or equals to 4, it means I'm going to take from here and draw down. So put my arrow button. So it takes from here. This is inequality. But when I say x equals to what? 4, this is equality. Now, this equality exists in the realm of mathematics. So 2 plus 2 equals to 4. There is no noise. This is exact. But this cannot be applicable in reality. Why? Because reality is continuous. So we have to use this. Reality now depends on inequality and not equality. It is not possible for machine to say voltage, right, equals to 5 volts, 0.000 volt. This is not very accurate. So what does machine do? Machine will have to depend on what? Inequality, by saying voltage is greater or equals to threshold. Then you take a decision of 1 or 0 if it is lesser. So to guide machine to take a decision in the physical realm, right, we have to use inequality. So that is why I'm teaching you this class, because when I'm going to teach you that MOSFET, which is a device that brings mathematical inequality into what? Physical permission, I am going to use the concept of threshold, which I taught you in my first class, to be able to explain that. But when you are looking at mathematics, the key thing I'm trying to do is, when you are looking at mathematics, you must look at mathematics through the lens of these 3 layers, not just through one lens. Through the lens of these 3 layers, it will help you to understand what you are doing. So inequalities is what? Dealing with the physical layer, which is at this operational level. But equality is at this pure mathematical level. Now, the device that helps mathematics to come down into the realm of boundary, right, into the realm of matter, is what? A transistor. So the next class, I'm going to teach you MOSFET, and I'm going to use this concept of inequality to explain how machine is able to take decision, which is what? 0 and 1, from continuous reality. So that is what I want to show you. So my takeaway in this class is that truth truth is qualified in reality, and not exact. We are looking at range. We have a threshold. That's what I want you to understand. So in this physical dimension, we are looking at this. And this is where you understand the concept of grace in religion, the Christian religion. We are looking at grace, right? So that is the concept. I taught you that in my first class. So in the next class, we are going to look at MOSFET. So to see in the next class. Bye-bye.